Hello, happy Sunday. There's not much to be happy about. It looks like over in I wrote it down, Kathmandu, not far from there, Naples. They've had major earthquakes, and they've been having quite a few ever since their 7.9, which is strong enough to, if not topple buildings, to weaken other structures. So the aftershocks are it's pretty sad. Stay strong there. Same thing with they having like near Mount Everest, and it's like not far from China. Is that where they had the volcano going erupting? You know, we have an earthquake, volcano erupting. So you know, I think these people are going to be in dire straits for, you know, food, water, shelter, and probably clothing, or definitely shelter from like the ash, and then the guy that was one of the guys from Google perished in near Mount Everest. It's all very sad. And also the other sad thing is the sad state that our country is in with our police department. Not only we have one policeman that's got the excuse saying that he wasn't trained well enough, that he didn't know the difference between a gun and a taser, which, you know, I've known a lot of people that I would say are racist, and after they do a certain racist act, they're always immediately, I'm sorry. You know, it's just like the parent that whoops the kid, and then, you know, oh, well, you know, I love you, you know, I'm just trying, you know what I'm saying? The action, the abuse, the death, you know what I'm saying? You know, I think that he just, you know, immediately it's like, you know, I'm going to be in trouble, that's all. And, so if he wasn't trained properly, then everybody that was behind to have some incompetent moron. I don't know what I don't even know what he is. You know, I guess he just, his brain does. But I don't, you know, I like to see how you can mistake a gun and pulling the trigger from a stun. You know, like, don't they just like. Anyway, I don't know how they look different than the stun guns I saw. They're shaped a lot different than a pistol, and even the way they're housed in their, you know, belt there is different. And so he must, you know, that guy's not functioning. You know, and then we have Baltimore, another sad case, and I'm going to tell you where that guy was running. You could see where he ran. I bet you when the cops, they probably slammed him on one of those metal rails, and you know what I'm saying. And then like they probably, like, he was screaming, and since like I know here in this area when somebody screams, they're like, oh, they're just screaming. People scream out in pain, so it doesn't really matter where he got hurt. He was able to run. Like they showed this one part where they got two policemen, got him propped up. You know, he was like, you know what I'm saying, look, he was standing when he went in the. So why is this important for you to say that when you drag the man? You know what I'm saying? Even if you think he is faking, unless you got a medical degree, and I'm not talking a little first aid 6 week course or something like that, where you could, you know, you could give CPR. I mean, I don't know anybody this day and time that can do the high-minute CPR, take blood pressure, give somebody's temperature, and, you know, they can't take somebody's vitals. You know, vital. But anyway, so, but the disgrace and the humiliation comes, you know, like you're looking at them, and they acted very disgracing and humiliating in Baltimore, and you know, trying to cover their ass. And I know they have a black mayor, but she is in a position where she has a lot of people that have been in their job, you know, probably for 20 years, getting away with stuff. You know, we have a problem in our police department across the board. So, and it's real prevalent when you see the people that come out of the jail and they intentionally break things, or like if they sit on a nice table and like if they're not looking, they'll scrape something, they intentionally destroy stuff. And that this is behavior that they learn from jail. If they go to jail, like here they were raping the juveniles. The juveniles get out, they got a little gang boys, you know what I'm saying? They to them they're not gay if they're having having oral sex with another guy, or watching a dirty movie and masturbating somebody off. They don't comprehend that's a sexual act with a man. So and if they do, they get really violent. They still and like they act like it's something new. There's a such a thing as been around. So probably before I came in, is bisexual. So anyway, but we have a problem with how they come out of jail, especially the youth. And we have a problem at the police not getting people to jail. If it's procedures for their first reaction is to pull their gun and shoot. And then say, well, I was in fear of my life. Oh, my adrenaline was high. I got testrum, or whatever that is. Whatever, I can't pronounce it. But I got male hormones. And so, and that's really, you know what I'm saying. And then I hear, and there was this other guy that I listened to on Tom on U2, and I'm gonna say his name wrong because I can't remember it. But he's black. And he always talks about melon. Oh, God. Sorry, but anyway, he hit on a very important point, and one that I totally agreed with him on, and had that in my mind, formulating it in my mind myself. But he brought it out in his words and made it a more clarified. I see all the time black people. Oh, well, don't get excited. Don't go tear up nothing. Let me tell you something. That is code for black people. That is when they get the black people to say, "Oh, please don't do this and don't do that." They only killed a few hundred of you this year already. With the choking and getting away with it. In New York, with Ferris in Missouri. 5 bullets in the guy. A few in the head. So he probably must be good at practice shots. On the range, and with them bringing tanks down, we have Florida, we have California, we have across the board, now Baltimore. There's, there's not a city where we don't have our policemen violating our civil and human rights. And there's not a city where they could get, after they have, which I think is the galls. Don't come to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I didn't go to court because I'm not going to sit there when my brother was murdered. I'm not going to sit there and look at pictures and, to me that's disrespectful to the dead. It's all in how you want to present the case. You know what I'm saying? Never mind being disrespectful to me, but being disrespectful to somebody's memory. You're going to tell some... But anyway, I'm not going to sit there and look at gruesome, morbid pictures. But I didn't go anyway. And the guy went to jail. So, but, and it was deemed like, it was an accident and blah, blah, blah. So, anyway, it's... But even our justice system in such a way is now... It's not working proper. And I don't think that it's African Americans or black people or brown people's position to tell other people how to mourn, other people how to react. Are you ashamed that black people get mad and get upset? Because let me tell you something. When they get the black people, this is what I digress. This is what I was averting to. They get the black. Well, it's code for white racist people when they hear black people talking about, oh, please don't throw rocks, don't start fire. That's code for them, for the police to bring their tanks, to come down there with the tear gas. You know what I'm saying? Because we have the right to assembly. We have the right. You know, Martin Luther King, you know, he marched first. We have the right to march. We have the right to film it. We have the right to record it on our phones, on our camcorders, on whatever we want. To draw pictures, to write poetry, to write songs about how we feel. And there's nobody, Uncle Tom or Aunt Jemima, wannabe white, African American bitch or bastard, gonna tell me how to respond, how I feel when I see people dying, young, healthy men dying, with excuse after excuse. When the police are busy talking about there's a war on drugs. And the only people they've been shooting is American citizens. And they're always the young. So I say to police for firing first, for not thinking first, is that's a coward-ass, pussy punk way to go about shit. You scared. Because all of us is walking around here in this society. We got brown people and white people and every other color in between, maroon. We even got people with polka dots. Or freckles, never mind. Anyway, I got to think about polka dots a little bit. But the thing is, if we don't let our voices be heard, if we don't protest, you know what I'm saying? And the banks own these properties. Most of these properties, every time we have a war like Vietnam, you bring the Vietnamese and they run the convenience store. I don't know anybody in this neighborhood that one black own in all this neighborhood. One black person I know owns it. Or the rest of them, they from might as well say they're Muslim, African part. You know, we got them, and we got the ones from the Asian part too. So we got so, but we don't have black Americans owning a lot of these businesses around here. You know, I'm ready just not to go to Walmart. Well, I haven't been to Walmart in about 6 years anyway. But you know, because why should I allow slave labor in China? You know, and they closed down all little mom and pop business, a lot of business that black people could have been running. But anyway, I say go out there, you know, do your thing. You know, people have died for we could march down the street and protest. This is supposed to be a democracy, not a fascist. And if the police don't want to go by the letter of the law, if the state doesn't want to go by the letter of the law, and if they're oppressing and suppressing the people and murdering people right in the middle of the street, I say they already declared war on us. I say their stupid plan is probably like, oh well, you know, like Germany when they put all the Jews in jail. Well, trust me, you're not very educated because they didn't only put the Jews in jail. You know, there's about anybody they didn't think was, you know, if you have one leg or you're missing a finger. Or if they could use your intelligence, you know, in their science department, then you would get treated a little bit better. But that, you know what I'm saying, is that their idea that they're going to go from the schoolhouse to the jailhouse, and the ones that are slipping through the cracks, the police get to shoot? No, this is not the society that we want. This is not the United States we want. Where you can't go out your house and you can't go down the street. You know, if you're a person of color, if you got melon, Because let me tell you something. Around here, you know, I heard something about. I guess I heard the black policeman saying something about I hate crackheads. I hate crackheads. I was like, I know this bitch is not thinking I'm this motherfucker crackhead. You know what I'm saying? As much as they fall and harass me, if you haven't figured this shit out yet, then our school is pumping out people that aren't going to be able to comprehend and empathize. And I guess those are the ones that pass the mental test for the police department. You know, maybe they're typecasting people that don't mind, you know, shooting American citizens and being a double-buying hypocrite talking about they love America. Now, you don't love America if you're shooting Americans. You're not no Christian if you think it's all right for you to kill and you got excuses and you're following order. I don't care. You know, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If you need that paycheck, I'd have more respect if that's what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? If they can't do no smarter policing, if they can't not think with their heads, I don't know what they're thinking with. But you know, it's wrong. If your job is to take someone to jail so they could go to court and get due process, and your solution is you got scared, you got spooked like a little punk ass bitch. And how come 90% of the time when you do shoot them, they don't have nothing in their hand? Okay, maybe the other 10 times they might got iced tea and some Snickers, or you know, some candy, whatever you want, or a Subway sandwich. But it's always the one that's unarmed. It's always the one that's walking down the street, coming from a store, going to his house, or coming from work, or going to work. Those are the ones, you know what I'm saying, the ones you think, because, you know, well, God sees you. So you might get away with that lie, you know, like that one. Well, I'm such a moron. I don't know a gun from a thing gun. I'm so stupid. He ain't stupid, because stupid will learn. I'm such a low down, ignorant, disrespectful piece of shit that I wouldn't take 5 minutes to read something, you know what I mean? Who does that? Who goes like, you know what I'm saying? Who does that? Who doesn't know what the hell they're doing? Would you have this guy cook for you? He can't tell a stove from the water? Yeah. Grease from flour? You gotta be trained to use your brain, use common sense. You should have been able to take that test. If you can read, you should be able to never mind. It's a damn shame that every time you turn around, there's another child killed in the streets of the United States. There's another policeman that did the dirt. And they keep saying black on black crime. Well, let me tell you something. It's called white on white crime. What the hell are you doing over the Middle East, shooting bombs and bullets at each other? Don't talk about black on black crimes. And black people don't play into that propaganda, because we are better than that. You better believe that. The ones that have to carry the rest of you on their backs, I guess we're just going to have to carry you. And some of you are going to look down and it's going to be God carrying you, because some of you don't got the good God sense gave you. To know that it's our right to ask for our constitutional rights. Maybe we should all go to the library and Xerox or go online and start reading our Constitution, and so we know that our rights are being violated. I know we have some strong, powerful black people that could be out there really, lobbying. And I know a lot of it, it's like, for me, it's lack of transportation and lack of money. I'd be in Baltimore right now. And I'd be carrying me a big-ass sandwich down the street with a nice, cold drink. Probably water. But it's going to be whatever, it's going to be chilled. And I know it'll spook the policeman every time I take a bite. But we got to fix it. We got to fix it. We got to fix our court system. I don't care if we just, I mean, look at the marijuana law. Legal in some states, but on the federal level, it's illegal. That's chaos. That's not justice. If you're gonna make it legal, make it legal. We got Republicans talking about, oh, well, we don't want them to buy fish and steak with their food stamps. Who the fuck? Oh, lobster. Yeah, we buy fish, tuna fish, whatever fish, toluca, whatever. Who the fuck buys lobster? Yeah, maybe the motherfucker gets $12 a month, but say, yeah, you know what? A lobster, $9. I'll get me a lobster. But I don't know that motherfucker. Anyway, I don't know him. But now you wanna, next, what are you gonna do? Because I don't even know, they label a whole bunch of stuff as steak, even ground, sirloin, you know what I'm saying? You make hamburger meat. So then, like, what, no hamburger meat, no tuna fish, no tulupa. When the Republicans get done, we're gonna look worse than Russia. What a Detroit-looking, burned-out city, and then I guess the war on drugs will be won when the United States crumbles to the goddamn ground. Please stop killing American citizens. Cause you know what's up next. You white motherfuckers always like Ruby Ridge or some bullshit. You always come out with your motherfucking machine guns cause you're scared. The truth be known, the only motherfuckers that ever started anything in this whole goddamn world was white folks. There wouldn't have been a problem if Ferguson and that Darren Wilson hadn't killed Mike Brown. There wouldn't have been a fucking problem. But now you want to act like because you killed somebody that you don't like the way we respond. That we gotta learn how to behave proper for you. Why don't you show us how not to kill black folks? Why don't you learn how to have some self-fucking respect? Respect the United States, respect the Constitution, and stop killing people when you're supposed to put them in jail. Stop beating up people. I seen a punch a woman on the interstate. Tell me that ain't a punk-ass pussy bitch thing to do.